Hello, everyone, and welcome to Big Cat Sports. We're doing our Lions pregame for the Lions versus the Panthers. This is going to be a little preview to what we might see later in the year. You'll get your first look at Bryce Young and then also the rest of the Panther offense. It should be decent. You're going to see some guys. I would expect to see some starters, not all your starters, but some that might need a little bit of work to get into the season. But I wouldn't expect to see Golf. Maybe he lose series, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think they're going to be playing much. If they haven't played them up to this point, I just don't see any reason to get anybody hurt who you might be starting. So the attention will be on Bryce Young, like you said, and that'll be fun. That'll be fun to watch and see how he's doing. And uh, I think they're all, like all rookie quarterbacks, they're going to struggle out of the gate.
Yeah.
Um, I don't expect the Panthers to make the playoffs this year. We'll see. But yeah, I don't. I'm kind of who's on the bubble for the Lions right now.
So I know. So we know they released Mims, and they got that extra pick from the Jets out of that trade. Ibrahim got cut. We know that. Right now we have our right guard competition going on between Glasgow and Vaitai.
Yeah, right.
Who's going to get the starting time out of that? So expect to kind of see a little bit of that going on during the game. You still got your kicking competition because they haven't announced who the favorite is for that.
Right. See, Patterson's got the inside on that.
But it's going to be you got your wide receiver competition, and then there might be some more little small competition in the backfield because they did sign safety Scott Nielsen this week, so that's a little bit competition when they release Ibrahim.
Who is that third running back going to be? Do you think?
It's probably going to be Abismo or Snell.
Yeah, but
probably.
I was surprised because I thought Reynolds would be in there, but he has not really earned it.
They haven't really done much to show him being. I mean, they played him in the second preseason game for the most part, but I have a feeling they're going to go away from him. I don't think they really signed him to do much, so it won't cost much to cut him. Or he'll be on the practice squad, and you'll be able to bring him up when needed.
True. Yeah, it seems like mostly it's for that third running back and trying to round out our wide receiving core, who might possibly make it in as the last receiver, and then going into the big game, which we'll be at in 2 weeks.
2 weeks will be the big game against Kansas City. It's going to be entertaining being there, seeing what goes on, and seeing them potentially win.
Do we know who the halftime show is yet?
No.
What the heck?
They'll probably announce it in a week.
That's just crazy stuff,
but
man.
There is that competition. Wide receiver-wise, I think Coda's going to make the team. Out of your 6 wide receivers on the team, I don't see why he wouldn't at the moment make the team. I don't know if there's anybody above him.
Right.
But he has impressed a lot of people.
You think Drummond will make the team?
Well, he might make the team too. I don't know. It's going to be you're on a little bit of a choice for that 6 wide receiver. Someone's going to have to go. You might keep Green just because you drafted him, but it was the 7th round. So I don't know necessarily how you feel about it.
Right.
Because you got Drummond, you got Coda, who you got as an undrafted free agent. So there's a lot of fight for that last spot on the roster wide receiver-wise too, or really the last 2 to keep your competition alive until Williams comes back.
We really don't have, but we didn't have it last year either. We don't have that game breaker at wide receiver, do we? I mean, as far as you think.
Well, I mean, if Williams is healthy enough, he could be.
After the 6 games.
After the 6 games. But those first 6, you're relying on St. Brown to do some work and Marvin Jones to do a lot of work.
Right. Neither one of them are that big of deep threats, though, are they?
I don't think so, too much. But besides that, when you look at the roster, there isn't much of a deep threat unless Antoine Green can magically become one.
Or they use Gibbs as an out.
Or Gibbs, which he will be probably used in a wide receiver role at times, I think. I think they're going to have some pretty interesting formations. Expect 2 tight end sets, potentially with 2 running backs, all going out for a pass.
It was a little bit of a disappointment in the preseason. Is he still penciled in to be the starter, or do you think?
If he's not ready, he's not ready. I think Brock Wright is a perfectly capable tight end.
He is.
He's not going to be wowing anybody, but I think he has proved himself last year, at least as capable. And then James Mitchell coming up.
Right. I like James Mitchell. He's got good hands.
So, I mean, you have good options all around for your offense. I think it's just going to be interesting who they decide their wide receivers will be. Defensively, right? There isn't too much left for decisions. I don't know where the big competitions are defensively. I think you have a good idea who your defense
I
is
do
already.
think Brian Branch has earned the right to play a lot that first game.
We certainly will see.
I'm not going to be worried about him in that backfield at all. I think he's going to be something
Right.
else.
Because what's going to come off of, right, you're going to play your game Friday night, and you're going to have 13 days to prepare for Kansas City. And it's going to be whoever you feel is best suited for the position. I do feel like that kicking competition probably will lean Patterson's way only because he's more accurate. I think accuracy is a little bit more important than kicking power. Right? If you can rely on someone to kick a 50-yard field goal and actually have more confidence it's going to go through, that's better than someone who could kick 60 yards and it might go through.
Right. That's true. I mean, we didn't really have a big leg last year, and we were okay. We just need somebody who can accurately kick it, from 30 to 40 yards out and get, be 50% from around the 50-yard range.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping for.
Coming from the backside, right? With Tracy Walker coming back, that adds to your safety room. You're going to have Branch, so I don't know where Nielsen's exactly going to fall amongst the safeties because you got at least eight safeties on the team currently.
Right.
And I don't think you need 8 safeties on the team.
Nope.
Right, you're going to probably keep Branch, Gardner Johnson, Tracy Walker, and then you got Kirby Joseph. There's your 4.
Yep.
After that, who's going to be that extra that you have between Nielsen, Brandon Joseph, and you got Brian Breeze also. So you got options potentially sitting there. And then also, even in cornerback, from what we've seen in the offseason, right, you already know you got Jerry Jacobs from last year. You got Emmanuel Mosley. He's injured right now. Cam Sutton. But Sterling Thomas has showed himself in the preseason.
Right.
So far. I think he's been doing pretty good. I don't know where he's going to fit in on the team, though, with all these people in the back. You got Chase Lucas, who we drafted the other year. Stephen Gilmore, who kind of showed himself against the Jaguars last week. So you got a lot of guys who are fighting for spots in the back. And even your linebacker room, I don't think you're going to keep all these linebackers. Right? Aquara.
Right.
He's probably going to be there. You're going to have Anzalone.
If you don't trade him.
You're going to have Campbell. You're going to have Houston. Houston's more of an end, in my opinion, than a linebacker.
Do you expect any moves, any trades?
I do not expect really anything to happen. Unless they're trading for picks. If they think somebody might want someone more than another team, there might be some picks given up. But I don't see much going on involving trades. Your team is pretty well put together, I think. And we'll figure out after tomorrow who is staying on the team and gearing up for Kansas City.
Yep, it'll be fun.
Right.
What time is the game?
Game is 8 o'clock tomorrow.
Woo! I'll be doing my fantasy draft right as the game starts.
See, you get
my first fantasy draft.
Josh Allen, first overall.
On Sunday with you. So,
but it's going to be an entertaining football season. We'll see what happens. But with that being said, right, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Share the video. And until next time, hope to see everybody soon.